What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with me, the Virtual Mechanic. And yes, we're finally going to finish the Ram and Jeep DLC with the beautiful Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. There's been a couple of changes since I first looked at these. First of all, as you saw in the end of the last video, this is now a 4x4. It had a 4x4 badge on the back before, I believe, but it hadn't been made a 4x4. But now the config is definitely a 4x4. You can see the transfer case on there. It is a four-wheel drive, which means it does have the exact same engine and setup as the Ram at 3500, obviously, but this one is the Yellow Sport. So slightly different tuning levels on it, and things like that might have a different power output. We shall be finding that one out a little bit later, especially with this beautiful V8 Hemi in here. This is now fixed as well. When you first saw it and the 3500, you know that this intake manifold was out of place and was in the wrong position up there. That has now all been rectified and fixed, so that is all looking fantastic on there. Very happy to see that one. I think that's all the updates for the Ram at 1500. There's been many other updates. Obviously, I believe it's now out on Xbox and PC, all updated. I believe the PlayStation will come at just a little bit later on. Fixed some liveries with the Jeep Wrangler. Fixed liveries with the Willys military Jeep. Added a new livery for the Willys military Jeep as well with the CMS 18 release date on there. There's now the CMS 21 release date on there as well, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Nice little addition. A few other touch-ups. They fixed most of the issues, I believe, if not all of them, and obviously changed this one to our 4x4 engine. So quite a few updates on there as well. Glad they've got it all fixed and sorted. Sorry to the console players who did get it a little bit later, and to the PlayStation users who still haven't got it, I believe, but it is on its way. It will be coming. Don't worry. But anyway, back onto this beautiful truck. In fact, before we jump back into this beautiful truck, we need to say a huge congratulations to Mopar Man with his beautiful Salem Earthquake. Absolutely stunning. Twin turbo supercharged with a custom Whipple charger in there, looking fantastic. Also did some custom interior, and the black and chrome finish on there is absolutely fantastic. I love the little LED ring lights in the front. They're also mimicked in the rear as well. It looked absolutely beautiful. Well-deserved win, even if I do think my personal truck was a little bit better, but obviously slightly biased opinion. Mopar Man, your truck was still beautiful, and you definitely deserve that win. We have started the next competition. Obviously, it's just for fun. The next one, we went for the theme with pickups. It hasn't quite finished as of time of recording, so we don't know what truck it is at the moment. But when I get to editing this, I will know what truck. So whatever truck is on screen now, that's the truck we will all be working for the next competition. We are obviously on a mods, so this one is going to be completely fun, and you can go as wild and as crazy as you want with it. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys can all create. So head over to the official Red Dot Games Discord server, link in the description below as well as on screen, and take part in the competition. Have some fun with us. Enter a crazy build of your own, or just vote for your favorite in there. Either way, it's always good fun to take part. So thank you very much for that. But anyway, back to our beautiful Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. Let's take a proper dive in. As I said, it's the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. I could probably say it a couple more times if you really want me to. We got ours from the auction house, but as it's not available from the junkyard, it's only available from the good auction house. So this one's in pretty good condition all around. 63% is the lowest on there. So we're doing all right, realistically. Did we get a good deal for this truck? Yes. Yes, we did. We paid $77,840 and can sell it right now for $83,022, making a profit of $5,182 before we've begun. And we're going to be drag racing it. So with some drag strip winnings on the top of there, fingers crossed, hopefully, we'll be able to make a nice little profit from the beautiful Yellow Sport. And we've talked about the engine as well. It is the V8 Hemi 345 4x4, which is now the same as the 3500, pumping out 395 factory horsepower. We are going to be throwing all the tuning parts on this one we could possibly find in the game that fit on it, as well as probably going to be 3-starring all of them. I hope my 8,396 scrap, plus whatever I make from scrapping off from this car, will be enough to cover it. Fingers crossed for that one. But anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's get on with this beautiful, beautiful truck. Let's get it into the car wash. Let's get it all cleaned up. In the car wash then, and well, she's not exactly filthy, but we want to get her clean nonetheless, so let's just get that going. Jumpy game. I don't know what's going on there today. I think I've been overworking my PC with a bit of Manor Lords recently, so maybe we'll call it that one. But there we go. Outside's all clean. I do quite like this yellow. I'm not going to lie. I think we are going to stick with the yellow, but I'd just like it to be a bit more seat matching, if you know what I mean. That yellow on there is a bit more bright and vibrant than the yellow on this bodywork. In fact, compared the two, it almost looks orange. And I think we're going to try and match that yellow if we can. Fingers crossed. We might not be able to. But anyway, let's get this interior cleaned. Get the beautiful yellow sport back on the lifter. Get everything out of there, stripped down. Rip that V8 out of there. Start stripping it all down. Ready to go back together, shiny and new. And then into the paint shop to try and match that yellow as best we can. As well as a lovely little surprise livery from Zaraki. The yellow sport's in the air. We need to check for that oil pan. It's quite a long truck, isn't it? There is an oil pan there. So we definitely need to get all of that drained out. Under we go. Grabbing you. Let's get you drained. Very, very clean. That's what you get for buying it from the nice auction house. A well-looked after truck. There we go. Let's jump in and see what we need to get out of here. Swinging all the way around. And we're going to start with our cheeky little starter just there. Out you come. Then we've got the front drive shaft in there. And then obviously our main drive shaft back here. Quite a big piece. Out you come. Should be able to replace that one with a TK aftermarket one a little bit later. Nice and easy. Then out with our transfer case. Nice and simple. And then we've got our gearbox just here. And we're going to get that front exhaust section out as well. Just to be on the safe side. Make sure we can lift that engine out in one go. Fingers crossed. I'm sure it will be absolutely fine. Unless it wants me to take that engine cover off. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. But let's get the engine crane over, get that hood open, and get the engine pulled out. Nice and easy. That is what we like, even with the engine cover on there. Let's jump in and see what we've got going on in our engine bay. Obviously, we've got a nice big air filter just there. Our ABS pumper module, a fuse box, wishy-washy reservoir, coolant reservoir, power steering reservoir, and our brake servo. We need to get all the liquids out of them in just a moment. Cheeky little battery up here. And an ECU Type A just there with our fuel tank and fuel pump down the bottom. All four wheels are on, which gives us a good sign that all of the suspension and gear is all on. So let's just have a quick double check on this. Make sure we can't see anything missing that we haven't already pulled out. Did I not say the radiator and the double fan housing kit on there as well? But anyway, never mind. That is there. But there we go. It doesn't look like there's anything missing. So let's crack on and get all these liquids drained. You know the drill by now. Right-click, additional tools, drain tool, and click on hold on whichever container you want to drain the liquids out of, and it'll do it for you. Nice and easy, and a lot less mess than in real life. That's what we like to see, and that's why we do it in a game. But anyway, I'm going to crack on, get the rest of these drained, get the rest of the suspension and running gear all stripped out, and then when we come back, it'll be time to sort out the bodywork for the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport before we pop it into the paint shop and check out Zaraki's liveries. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on the truck. I say ready, it's almost ready to go back on the truck because I was most of the way through 3-starring everything. I've spent 8,515 credits so far. As you can see, I've only got 20 left and I still haven't finished. So we're going to crack on with the bodywork. I'm going to see what I can scrap from the bodywork. See if I have to make any trips to the junkyard to get any extra more scrap pieces, or see if I can finish it without it. So let's crack on and get ready to strip this truck down. Off you come, out with that hood, all the headlights and the front bumper just there. Any of that front part apart? No. Fender, windshield, door mirror, window, door and window. Rear right fender is a thing, along with the tail light there. Rear bumper and license plate. Trunk piece, out you come. Fender and tail light, out with that window. Is that tail light a piece? No, that's fixed. Then we've got door and window, door, mirror and a window, and then the front fender. And that should be everything for the exterior on this beautiful truck. And it does give us a much better look at the yellow on that interior. See how much different it is from the exterior there. It just looks so much more vibrant on the interior, and that's what I want to try and get on the exterior. So we'll come to that again later. But anyway, out with these seats. We're going to have to replace all of this anyway, because we don't have a seat repair service. There we go, out with the 1500 steering wheel. And now is that absolutely everything from our beautiful yellow sport? Into here we go. Don't want that screen. 1% on there and nothing showing up on there. So we have got everything. Let's get on and get this frame all sorted out. Now I bought it for, we'll go to that one first then, just under 80,000, and the frame's currently at 69%. What do we reckon? Cheeky. I'm going to say that's not the right button. I want to go down to here. Oh, 1,500. I was going way ahead of myself in my controls and not my thinking. So no guess today, unless I say 1,500, but it's too late. But anyway, on we go with there. And let's crack on and get into the body shop. There's no body tuning parts with the DLC, but we'll get in and have a look at what the normal body parts are anyway. for the yellow Sport. There she is, a nice looking hood on there, front bumper, fenders, door, obviously everything you could possibly think of, and everything is nice and simple, just a like for like swap. So hopefully I can't repair some of these bits and we can scrap them off and I can finish off 3-starring all the performance parts. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and repair the body parts I can repair, scrap off what I need to, and buy bits to replace them. And we'll see where I end up with all of that scrap in just a couple of moments. That's all the bodywork sorted and ready to go back on. And we have now 3-starred everything. We had to go to the junkyard and spend 52,921 on scrap, putting our total scrap usage at 10,664 pieces of scrap to fully tune our yellow Sport. Obviously, that does include all our extra TK aftermarket parts, so your mileage may vary. But there we go. That's quite a lot of scrap. I hate having to go to the junkyard and buy loads of scrap parts. It just takes so long. It's such a long process. I know you can skip it all, but I like to get the high-value ones, get all my money's worth for the high-value ones. But anyway, let's crack on and get this beautiful body all back together, starting with that lovely mean-looking hood on there, like that one. On with the fender, front bumper, and those mean-looking headlights. In you go, and on with our blank license plate for the time being. Windshield in, and then we've got both of our doors on you go and on you go with brand new windows and brand new mirrors, which definitely helped us with our cost of scrap to get this one up to 3-star. Fenders on there, rear bumper. We did have to get some new tail lights as well, but I didn't mind that again because it meant we could scrap off the old tail lights. Blank license plate in the back. Let's get this fender all on. Door, rear light, and then obviously other door and the windows and mirrors to go in, and then we just need that interior, and that should be everything on the Ram 1500 yellow Sport. So let's get in. That's not the right button. That's not the right button. Oh, I'm all 6s and 7s. Let's try that one again. There we go. Interior. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. The 1500 bench looking beautiful. I love the yellow trim and stitching on it. I think it looks fantastic. And that is why I want to try and match this yellow as best as I possibly can. I think we might have to use a bit of a dull matte finish on it, but hopefully it's going to look awesome in the end. But there we go. Is that absolutely everything back on our truck ready for the paint booth? 100%, 100%, 100%. It definitely is. That's what we like to see. Let's get the Ram 1500 yellow Sport into the paint shop and pick the yellow colour we're going for. We're in the paint booth with the beautiful yellow Sport, and well, this is the current colour and factory colour. Not looking good in this finish, but let's see what it should be in. Should be in that solid finish, and if we look through the window, I can see that's not too far off, but I can still see that this is darker than what's going on with the seats, and I do want to fix that. So let's have a look. Let's have a play. I think first of all we whack the brightness up. I know I don't want it in a solid finish or a gloss finish, so I'm going to go for a matte, and we're going to try and match this up the best we can. We might as well stay in that screen. I can see everything I want to see there. See, that already looks closer to me, but I think we need to go a bit more into the yellow. Not too far into the green, though. About 45, and maybe just take a pinch of the saturation out. Maybe a little bit of the brightness. No, we want to keep the brightness in there. Definitely keeping that yellow. I think that's about it. That's looking nice. 45 on the hue, 95 saturation, 100 on the brightness if you're using a matte finish. And I think that's going to look pretty awesome in there, if I do say so myself. One other thing we are going to do with this one as well is we're going to go into here, paint engine screws. We're going to go for everything, but not the rims. We're going to leave the rims off of this one. And I'm just going to go for a very vibrant red on there. In fact, I'm going to go all the way up the other end of the table. And we're going to apply that. On you go. Hopefully looking incredible. Well, I didn't mean to apply that. We were going to check out the liveries, but that's the colour I'm going for. Let's just open this door and see. I mean, that looks so much better than it did before. I'm definitely happy with that. It's not quite perfect, but it is going to be quite hard to match it perfectly anyway, because it's totally different materials and stuff like that. But that's looking very good. I'm glad we managed to get that on film. That's not what I wanted to do, so that I know which colour I can always just use the current colour from here. That's fine, but I do want to go make sure these are all going to stay red. I'm just going to flick back across them to make sure, and then we're going to go check out the liveries. Now, Zaraki has added a livery pack, and it is fantastic. If you just subscribe to the livery on the Steam Workshop, you get this one here, which looks absolutely fantastic. I love it. But then if you go into that mod folder and then find the additional liveries that are in there and then add them to the actual car page in your normal files, you'll get the rest of these ones here, which is the Sport Hood in grey, Sport Hood in white, and then you've got the Sport Huddle black, which also gives you the handles as well. I'm assuming it was meant to say handle, but I'm not sure, on there with a racing stripe as well. I absolutely love that. I think that's what we're going to go for. You have that one in grey, but for some reason the handles have come out white and have not finished, so I'm not sure about that one there. But then you've got the straight up Sport Black, just as it is with the hood, without the handles and the stripes going front to back on there. You've got the same in a grey, the same in a red, and I think you've got the same in a white as well. Very good, all looking nice on there. And then obviously we're back to just that one at the beginning with just the hood that you get to if you subscribe to it on Steam. But that's what we're going to go for on there today. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Let's just check our colours all in the right spots. It is indeed. Get it painted. And this truck should look absolutely awesome. I believe the engine bay is going to be yellow. Yes, it is. So we're going to do a bit of black, a bit of yellow in there. Splash of red, because we are using red bolts. And I think just a little tiny bit of chrome, but not too over the top on the chrome. I think metal instead of chrome. I think we might actually do brushed aluminium. I haven't done brushed aluminium in a while, so maybe we'll try and ram some brushed aluminium, excuse the ram pun, inside this Ram 1500. That's the plan. I'm obviously not changing anything on that interior because I think it matches pretty good anyway. Let's just take a seat in there. And you can just see the yellow stitching, just a bit matching in the paint yellow, just that little bit you can see on the hood there. Looking absolutely beautiful. Very, very pleased with that one. We've opened both doors. There we go. But that's what we're doing with the bodywork. It all looks fantastic. I'm going to crack on now, get the engine and suspension all painted, get this beautiful truck all back together, and then we can start seeing it, what that beautiful Hemi engine's going to look like before we stuff it in the engine bay, get this one on the dyno, and get it down the drag strip. That's everything painted on our yellow Sport Ram 1500, and it's looking pretty good, especially with a little splash of red accents on there. I'm loving that, and you can see the brushed aluminium underneath already. It is looking beautiful. Quite pleased with how it's turned out. Let's see what we've got going on inside the engine bay now that it's painted. So we've got the coolant reservoir, the wishy-washy reservoir, the power steering reservoir, and the brake servo all in a matte black on there. These three have got a forced matte black, and this is just a natural matte black. Obviously, we've got our beautiful Type A ECUs by Barker with their skins on, looking fantastic, loving them. Then we got matte black on top and the bottom of the battery with brushed aluminium on the support rods on there, looking very nice. Bright yellow fans with a matte black shroud, and then the radiator is in a metallic black on there, which is looking pretty good. Matte black on the fuse box and the air filter with some lovely red clips around the outside that matches in with all the other bits of red, or most of the other bits of red, should I say. And then we did brushed aluminium on the pump and then a matte black on the module there. And all the red bolts make it look fantastic. If we jump down to the suspension, you can already see there is lots of brushed aluminium on there. Lots of yellow bushings as well. And we've obviously got the yellow bit. It looks a little bit goldy tucked into the brushed aluminium on there. Still looking quite nice with our red bolts. And obviously all of this is the same gloss red. So I was hoping it would match in with this really well, which it kind of has. This has got a little bit more texture on it. And we left the Brumbo brakes unpainted as they are with their logos on because the red looks pretty good and does match in with the rest of the build. If we come out of here and go down the back, just because it's a bit far away, very similar to the front there. Obviously, lots of brushed aluminium running through the middle there with the black shock absorbers and obviously the yellow bushings. All looking absolutely fantastic. Fuel tanks in black, fuel pumps in yellow, and it does look good. I'm absolutely loving this truck, loving the liveries by Zaraki. I'm so glad this got added in because it wasn't in the base game. But then with the added stripes as well, I think it really finishes it off and it looks very mean and quite good looking. But now let's go and build that beautiful V8 Hemi. As we come into the other room on the stand, we've got the block in the yellow and steel black on there, oil pan in steel black to match in. And then our engine head is in a brushed aluminium throughout, looking very good. In here, we've got 8 spark plugs and 8 push rods per head. So 16 of each of them in total, and then 1 set of rocker arms to go over the top, which was nice and simple. Cam gear down here, timing chain on here. Let's get on and start getting the rest of this engine all together. The timing cover on the front says yellow, but it's steel black and yellow. Just giving us a few little yellow accents at the front there. Looking very nice. And when it goes in the car, obviously all them bolts will go a lovely red. Our water pump on top, it says yellow, but again, it's a brushed aluminium and yellow on this one. Just that yellow bit at the front where the water pump pulley goes on. I couldn't think of what it was called. My mind went blank. The rest of it in a brushed aluminium, blending in with them engine heads on there, looking very nice. Pump pulley is just in a matte black on there, and then we've got our crankshaft in brushed aluminium, looking nice. Our oil filter is in the yellow, but I've not forced it. It's just sort of like allowed it to be the normal yellow, which does kind of blend in with these parts here. I think it's looking quite nice. Got our power steering pump, which is in yellow, brushed aluminium. No, sorry, yellow, black, and red. I thought it was brushed aluminium. Got it wrong. We've got the wheel in the black there, the body in the yellow that matches the body, and then a little few bits of red on there for our first splash of red on our engine. Now for the next splash of red, and that's these two idle rollers, both in a nice looking gloss red on there. If I could get them in looking good. Alternator up here, you are in just a metallic black, sort of giving you a bit of a shiny black element. There isn't too much of that on this one. Mostly steel black or a matte black. The belt is in a matte black. Nice and easy on there. And then we've got the belt tensioner also just in a matte black. That's a forced matte black. That's a natural matte black. That's where you get the difference. Nice and easy. Onto our engine head covers. These are in a beautiful body match yellow, and I do think they look absolutely wonderful, and I cannot wait to see them in the car. Hopefully it'll be fantastic. Ignition coils, not even painted, just left as they are in their natural red, trying to blend in all of these reds just a tiny little bit. Get round and get the other side in, and then we can crack on with a couple of other pieces, such as that intake manifold. But let's get these ignition coils in. In you go in your natural red. Intake manifold, in you go. It starts off with the chrome. We decided to do it brushed aluminium, matching in with the rest of the engine head and that water pump on the front there. Very nice, looking good. On you go. Then we've got our fuel rails. These are just their natural colouring. No colour added to these at all, keeping in with that natural sort of red theme, although there is a cover that goes over the top, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, on with the throttle, which we've done in red and a brushed aluminium on there, keeping that sort of brushed aluminium theme going and splashing in a little bit more red to take in the fact that these are going to be covered up. But before we get that on, let's get these exhaust manifolds on. These are more of a shiny black. They're in the metallic black on there, and I think they look quite good. And the rest of the exhaust will be in a metallic black, but we'll see all that a little bit later on. Swing around to the back. We've got one more piece to go on. It's our natural fuel filter, just left in its complete natural colour. Nothing added to that one at all. And then for our engine cover, on you go in a steel black with some gloss red on there, finishing it off, matching it in with the rest of the reds, and just a nice bit of red lettering on the top. I think it looks very nice. The Hemi V8 just written in a beautiful little red. That is the beautiful Hemi all finished. So let's get it off the stand and let's get it dropped into the beautiful 1500 Yellow Sport. Let's get this Hemi dropped in and see how good it looks. In you go. Let's get that crane put away, and we're going to go straight into photo mode because I feel like we're going to want to get a little bit of height on this one. That is looking very good. You can see the red bolts from up here looking fantastic. The black engine cover matching in with all the other blacks in the engine bay there, looking very, very nice. And that red lettering on the top, really just making it pop. I was going to do it yellow, but I think the red really hits home a little bit harder. I think that looks fantastic. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments below. But we've got a few more bits to go. So let's get this beautiful truck in the air. Let's get the exhaust, the gearboxes in, or the gearbox and the transfer case in, the drive shaft, and all the little things like that. Up we go, up into here, starting with the gearbox in a yellow, but it's still black and yellow. And the only bit that goes yellow is this little plate just here. Well, in fact, the pin inside goes yellow, the bolt bit inside goes yellow as well, but we can't see that, so it doesn't matter. On with our starter, which is in a yellow. Again, just that natural yellow, not forcing that one. It goes a bit too much. It would look like this, but all over. Might be a little bit weird. Transfer case is in yellow and steel black, keeping them connections all in the yellow, and I've kept that theme. If we jump down the back very quickly onto this little bolt here, that is in the same yellow, but it isn't forced, so it gets the same finish as the transfer case up here, just sort of blending it all in. Then our front drive shaft's in a metallic black, and our main drive shaft, scrolling out just a little bit so we can see it a bit better, is also in a metallic black on there, and it is a 3-star performance TK aftermarket one, giving us just that little bit extra power. On we go to the exhaust, front exhaust section, in you go. All of this obviously in that shiny metal black. I haven't tried to replace this middle muffler with a TK aftermarket one, but somehow I don't think it will work because it's a completely different shape and size. But there we go. And then down to the back, and on this rear exhaust, on you go there, all in a shiny metallic black. We've just got wheels to do. We've got liquids to top up, obviously, and some windows to tint. So let's get it back down. Let's get this hood closed. I definitely don't think I want to do anything with these lights, because they're giving us just a little extra splash of red on this red, yellow, and a black truck. So I think that looks pretty good. So I think we're going to leave it as it is. I'm just going to get in and tint the windows. We will see if there's any other bits we can do, though. So I'll crack on with that, get the windows tinted, and I'll see you in a second. That's the windows tinted, 75 on the fronts, 100 on the back, as per usual. And we'll check it out in a minute. But let's get on. We've got a front bumper option. Will it do anything? Doesn't look like it. Fair enough. No, I can't see anywhere else where that would go, so I'm going to say no. I think the next one is a rear bumper, and I'm assuming that'll be these two in here, and the rear bumper does normally work, but we're going to leave it as it is. Headlight, can we do anything with you? I bet we can get rid of that reflector, can't we? Do we want to? Still leaves... Oh, that leaves like the underbody yellow in there. Oh, no, I don't like that. I don't like that, so we're going to leave it with the orange. So we don't want right headlight. Let's go down to the tail lights. I think I just want to leave these as they are. We could go fully black. We could go a little bit of like the chrome style finish. Going to leave them as they are. Right tail light. Left side mirror. Oh, we do have a light on the mirror. Nope, we can't do anything with that either. And I'm assuming the right's going to be the same. No, fair enough. And that is all of them. So let's come out of that mode. Didn't do anything with anything else. Just tinted the windows. But let's check and see if we can see out this tint. Because we are drag racing this truck. That seating position seems a little low. We'll give it a go. It should be all right. It is a big truck. I get that. I'm a short person, so this will probably be the actual seating height I would get. Can we see out? I think that's just about clear enough. We can see out to race in that. That should be all right. So we'll leave that as it is. Let's get you put away. And next up, we're going to get some beautiful rims done. We'll get the liquids topped up. Then it'll be time to get the Ram outside in the sun. The rim we've gone for today is the Ram 3500 rim, because the 1500 Sport or Yellow Sport didn't get any rims, but there was two sets for the 3500. We used the other set for the 3500, so we're going to use this set for the 1500. And I've got a couple of ideas. I definitely want to try and squeeze a bit of that yellow on if we can. But let's go into the steel black. So I feel like that's going to look pretty good. That's too far. There we go. What options have we got? Completely black, fair enough. Completely yellow, kind of saw that one coming. Another completely black. Yellow rim with the steel black, but we didn't paint the bolts on this one, so they'll stay a bit silver. That might look a bit weird. Not sure. Then we can go yellow on the inside with a slight black rim and black bolts, but that I feel like is going to be a little over the top. Just a little over the top. What else have we got? Nothing. Okay. I really, really do like this. But not. I wish the bolts went black. I think that would look pretty cool. Oh, I've got an idea. We are using brushed aluminium, and that will hide it. Is there a better one? I'm assuming it's going to be exactly the same, isn't it? Yep, it's going to be exactly the same. We go back through. So 3. I think that's going to be the one. Brushed aluminium on the inner rim, yellow lip, and then obviously the bolts will blend in and a black tyre. I think that's going to look pretty nice. That's what we're going to go for. Let's get you painted. Let's get these attached to some tyres. Let's get them on the truck. Just balancing this last rim now, and then we'll get them onto the truck, and we'll see how good they look and talk about the sizes we've gone for today. I've already got the other sides on, so let's get going. The rear ones here, obviously I said it's the 3500B. That's the rim we've gone for. The rear ones are a 24-inch rim with a 275 width and a 50 profile for the back there. Quite big. Looking quite chunky. I don't think I've hit 24-inch rims on many things. Much else I was going to say, but many things. Mix the two together. Much things. There we go. Didn't think I've hit this size rim on much things. We're going to keep it at that. But that is looking pretty good on there. I like the brushed aluminium into the yellow. Let's come off of there. Let's get these front ones on. These are slightly different size. Still a 24-inch rim, still 275 width, but they've only got a 40 profile on the front, so just a little bit thinner around the outside there. But I do think they look good. What do you think? Let's go around and see the ones in the sun, because they always look a little bit better around this side. We'll go down the back there. You can really see it glistening, especially with that Brumbo brake caliper shining through at the back there. I think that is looking very nice. Let's put the truck on the ground and see the lean. Should have quite a good forward lean on there, considering the back tyre is so much bigger than the front. Quite a lean, not a massive lean, but there's definitely quite a bit of one on there. But yes, I think that's looking good. Now I'm going to get the liquids topped up. Let's get the truck outside in the sun. And let's get some proper plates on her. Just got the plates to put on the beautiful Ram of 1500 Yellow Sport. And then she is 100% finished. Obviously, we've still got a dyno and drag racer, but that's to come a little bit later on. Here we go. We've gone for Ramble-Bee today. A play on a Bumblebee, obviously, because that's the car I was reminded of the whole time I was building this. My friend Oz actually has the Camaro in the Bumblebee livery with the actual Transformers badge as well. And I quite like it. Over here in the UK as well, which is quite a rare one to get. But there we go. I don't know if it's a rare car, but it is rare to have it over here in the UK. But anyway, there is our Ram 1500 Yellow Sport Ramble-Bee, all finished, looking absolutely fantastic. I really love these rims. I'm so glad we went for the brushed aluminium instead of the black. I think they would have looked just a little bit too dull in the black, in my opinion. I do love this engine, though, with the brushed aluminium, black, red and yellow. Combination that I don't go for too often, the red and yellow, but I do quite like it. It is quite nice. Obviously, we've seen the blue and yellow on my competition build, which is still there. And if you haven't given this one a score out of 10 yet, there is still time. You've literally got until the next episode comes out to get your vote in. Obviously, the next episode's when I'll probably be putting it on the board. So, you know, you've got the day after this one comes out to give it an extra vote. So if you haven't given this beautiful truck a score out of 10 yet, make sure to do it in the comments below, especially with that beautiful engine bay with the twin turbos and all that chrome pipework. And it's slammed and stanced, and it just looks absolutely fantastic with the rear bumper delete. But anyway, back to the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. This one is also looking beautiful, but we need to jump in and see what this 345 Hemi sounds like. We still didn't quite match that yellow as well as we'd liked. In the sunlight, direct sunlight here, it's not far off. But when it's just a little bit shady, it's a bit too dark. We didn't quite match it as well as I hoped, but there we go. It's too late now. I'm not going back through and painting everything all over again. But let's get this beast started and see what she sounds like. Pretty nice grumble. Let's give it some gas. Oh, that seems a bit slow on the acceleration there, doesn't it? I don't know if we're going to be able to get a good start. We are four-wheel drive, though, so that should give us a little bit of an advantage on the drag strip. Fingers crossed, hopefully. But anyway, let's get this beautiful Ram Yellow Sport into the dyno, see what its horsepower is and what its drag rating is going to be. On the dyno with the 1500 Ram, a Yellow Sport, and its 4x4 V8 Hemi, pumping out 395 factory horsepower. How much have we tuned it by? 3-star and extra performance parts. A gain of 516 horsepower, 131%, bringing us up to a total of 911 horsepower. Absolutely fantastic. Loving that, even if it is a bit low in the drag rating of only a 496. Definitely not the best we've seen there. Quite low into the A class, but at least we're in the A class. So it should make the tournament just a little bit more interesting, as long as we can actually get the power down with this four-wheel drive beast. Speaking of getting the power down, let's have a look at the gearbox tune we've gone for. I've left it in the starting ratio of 4.88 because nothing else I tried was getting remotely close. I have tweaked all of the other gears, though. I think I actually took one or two off just to try and get it right. I mean, this gear's pretty much irrelevant, but it was what it was. That was pretty much the best I could get on the drag strip, and I'll be honest, the runs I was getting is like 11.7, 11.8 seconds, so they weren't great, if we're being truly honest. But we're going to try and win a tournament nonetheless with the beautiful Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. We do have a fully tuned Stage 3 ECU in this one, giving us an additional 16% tuning, which is always helpful when we're trying to increase power. If you want to learn how to easily tune this every time, you can click that link in the top right-hand corner there. It's also linked in the description below, along with a link to a video to easily tune the carburetors every time as well. If you want to learn how to do that one while you're there, don't forget to give them a like if you haven't seen them already. Go and check them out. I promise you they will help you. If you're struggling even just a little bit with the tuning, it will definitely help you out. But enough of that. Let's get the Yellow Sport onto the drag strip and see if she can put down some lovely 11s and win a tournament. Well, we've made it to the drag strip with our matte yellow Sport Ram 1500. How many times can you say yellow in one sentence? But there we go. Onto the drag strip. We need to get into a King of the Sands tournament, 1/4 of a mile. And obviously we are in the A class. Even if we're low in the A class, we are still in the A class. So pay our 1,000 entry fee. Our first race is against Jackal. Lovely to see you, bro, in the Ford Bronco Mark 1 Resto mod. Don't know how that's going to go. We've got Kaylin with us as well, a channel member. Thank you very much for joining us. Dead Bob's here in the Ford Fiesta Rallycross, along with Kaylin as well. Who else have we got with us? That looks to be about it that I can recognise, at least anyway. So let's get on with our first race. Sorry, Jackal, my goal is to knock you out and make it through to the final with the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. Will we be able to do it? There is only one way to see. Let's get in. Let's go. Very fitting that Jackal, the bonus part mod creator legend extraordinaire, would be in a highly modified Bronco Mark 1. Looking absolutely incredible. That does look beautiful over there. I am not going to lie. Whereas we're just in a finely painted Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. We do have a V8 Hemi under the hood, though, that is fully tuned, which should give us just a little bit of a chance. Fingers crossed on that one. There is only one way to see whether we can do it, though. Let's go. Come on, you beautiful Ram. Let's do this. Into second. Into third. Where is Jackal? Pulling away already. Oh, no. We're going to be out in the first race, aren't we? That is such a shame. I do think this was going to struggle getting the power down a little bit. That acceleration seemed off when we were testing out the front of the shop in the sunlight earlier. And in my training, practicing, as I said, I was getting 11.7s, 11.8s. They weren't great run times, to be honest. And I was moving that thing way up and down the scale. I tried loads of different combinations. Just could not get one. Now, this was about the quickest I could get out of it. So if you can get faster than 11.75 seconds in the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport, let me know in the comments below, as long as you haven't heavily modified the config and stuff like that. If you're just using the standard version, tuning parts and your gear ratios, let me know what they are in the comments if you can beat 11.5 seconds, because I certainly have not been able to with this one today, and we have lost. But we have lost to Jackal, so it doesn't feel too bad losing out. But the Ford Bronco Mark 1 definitely beat the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. That seems wrong, but it was a heavily modified one. It wasn't a stock Bronco, let's be honest. But there we go. We are out in the first round. Let's get back and see if Jackal can make it through and win this tournament. And then we'll do 2 more quick 1v1s just so we can get an average time down onto the speederboard. Not that I see this making it into the top 10, but we still want to see where it lies anyway. Well, obviously, Jackal is still in because he beat us. We lost Calum, sadly, but Payne is also in. So who's going to make it through? Is it going to be a Jackal versus Payne semi-final? Well, Jackal didn't make it through, but Payne did. Sadly, Jackal got beaten by the McLaren P11, which I guess makes perfect sense. Ford Fiesta Rallycross versus the McLaren P11. Who's going to take that one? Then we got the Bugatti EB110 versus the Smith & Park Outlaw VM Dragster. That was quite a wild build, if you can remember that one. But anyway, let's see who's going to make it into the final. It is the Bugatti versus the Rallycross Fiesta. Is Payne going to take the win? Yes, yes he is. The Ford Fiesta Rallycross absolutely smashing the Bugatti EB110 SS edition right at the end there to take the crown. Sadly, we went out in the first round, so absolutely 0 winnings for us. But there we go. That is what it is. We're going to crack on 2 quick 1v1s against some random opponents, just so we can get an average time down. I'll see you there. Well, maybe we can at least get a win out of the Yellow Sport today. Fingers crossed. 1v1, a quarter of a mile. 1, 2, 3 on the randomizations. And we're against the Virtual Mechanic exclusive Ford Falcon XB. Love for that one. Absolutely beautiful work. Thank you very much for that one, French Toast. It was incredible. But we will be able to beat it with the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport. There she is, the Ford Falcon PM exclusive in a Mad Max style and looking absolutely stunning. Jacked up at the back. This thing is quick, if I remember correctly, which probably means we're not going to stand a chance with our 1500 Yellow Sport. But there we go. It's still a bit of fun nonetheless. Let's get in and try and beat the Ford Falcon. Come on, you beast of a truck. 4-wheel drive off the line into second, into third. Come on, where's the Ford Falcon? Behind us, but it is definitely pulling away into fourth. There she goes. Bye. Not too bad, though. We were pretty close to it. Not great, though, but there we go. 11.778 seconds to the quarter of a mile. Definitely beating our first run, even if the top speed was the same at 189 kilometers an hour. But we didn't beat the Ford Falcon XB, so let's move on and do another quick 1v1 against a different, hopefully, random opponent. Last race of the day, or last opponent of the day. 1, 2, 3, and we're against the FMW Panther Mark 1, another VM edition, although this one was built by me, so that's a little bit different. And I do think this one was pretty quick, but not the best, because I think I did build this one for the track, so it wasn't fully tuned for the drag strip. But we'll see how it does. The rating's about the same. Let's get in. Let's try and win. Well, she was definitely slammed, the FMW, wasn't she? Not like our Ram 1500 jacked right up in the air. But it doesn't matter. Only one of us can take this victory, and I'm hoping the Ram 1500 Yellow Sport will get a final victory against its last opponent today. Come on, you beautiful yellow truck. You can do it. Let's go. Hopefully, come on, off the line, into second, into third. Where are we? We are winning. We are winning. We are currently winning into fourth gear, and we are losing. There we go. We tried. We came so close. We didn't lose the last two by too much, so I'm not too disappointed. But again, 11.805. Not our quickest run of the day, but not our slowest either. The one that will be going down onto the board will be the second run at 11.778 seconds with a top speed of 189 kilometers an hour, which was exactly the same on all three runs. So we know the top speed's about right. Just can't quite get the timings down perfectly. But there we go. That's enough of that one. Let's get back to the garage and see if we could sell on the Ram Yellow Sport for a nice bit of profit, considering we got no drag strip winnings, but we were up a little over 5,000 at the very beginning because we got a good deal on this truck. Here we go then, all finished with our beautiful Rammer 1500 Yellow Sport. Absolutely fantastic. Not the best around the drag strip, if we're being truly honest. Coming a 14th out of 19 in total down our quarter-mile drag strip since we've been doing that one. But it was 2.5 seconds, or there and thereabouts, faster than the Rammer 3500 that just had a base game tune. And obviously we've had TK aftermarket and 3-star performance parts on this one. So not that much quicker, in all honesty. I was definitely expecting a lot more. But let's talk some facts and figures. We bought the truck for $77,840 at the beginning of the episode and could have sold it for profit of $5,182. But we didn't do that. We spent a further $125,458, including $52,921 for a trip to the junkyard just for some scrap to 3-star tune that engine. Oh, I've gone for a wall. That was very bizarre, wasn't it? Don't know what happened there. But there we go. We went for a wall, but it is what it is. But yes, $125,458 is our total spend for the Rammer 1500 Yellow Sport. Is there some money to be made? Let's find out. Well, there she is, all 100% complete. She has been fantastic. Less than 44,000 kilometers on this one. And obviously, we did manage to squeeze a lot more power out of that engine from 395 horsepower to 911, 131% power gained. Absolutely fantastic. I did enjoy that. It just couldn't quite put the power down onto the track as far as I was concerned, whether it was my bad gearbox tuning and I just couldn't get the right combination today. As I said, let me know in the comments below if you did get it under like 11.5 seconds. If you can get it under that, let me know roughly what your gearbox tune was, because I would like to know. But don't comment in there saying I tweaked the power in the car editor so it was crazy and then did it and it was ridiculously fast. That's not what I'm after. You know what I mean? If you can do it with the standard build, use TK aftermarket, stuff like that. But if you can get it under 11.5 seconds without changing the files, do let me know in the comments below. But we did spend $125,458. No, we didn't. That was our extra. Our total spend, sorry, was $203,298. We spent $125,458 upgrading it. With our $77,000 that we paid for the truck, is $203,298. So how much are we going to make, if any at all? Because we did spend that extra 50 grand in the junkyard. That's a relief. $269,706 is our sale price. That does leave us with profit quite a bit as well. I'm a bit surprised at $66,408, which means if we didn't have to make that trip to the junkyard and spend $52,000 on scrap, we would have had over 100,000 profit from our Ram 1500 Yellow Sport, but we didn't have that. So our profit is 66,408, and I will take it from the beautiful Ram Yellow Sport, the poster car, along with a Willys Jeep for this one, and they didn't include that livery. I am disappointed, but Zaraki made it, so it doesn't matter. Obviously, I used the one with full stripes, not just the hood badge as it's shown up there. I think it just gives a bit more element to that grille, although it does look quite nice just in the yellow. Maybe I made a wrong decision. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. But it's time to say goodbye to our beautiful 1500 Yellow Sport. I did enjoy that one. That truck is so beautiful. I hope you guys give it some good scores out of 10 to at least end up in the top 4 and end up out here. But if it is 5th, I will definitely be moving the Huna Pegasus so this can go in the 5th place, because I love that truck. I think it is fantastic. But anyway, what have we got coming up next? It is a new mod, or a new-ish mod, should I say. This is by Tim at C2K, and this is the Gavril Barstow. Gavril Barstow? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. I've never heard of it. I don't know what it's from. It's just another muscle car. It looks cool. What is it from? let me know down in the comments. But yes, this is a new mod by Tim at C2K, or relatively new, and I can't wait to get stuck into it. It's available in all of the places. I can't remember if there's... No, it says it there. Just the one config on this one. That answered my question before I even thought about it. So there we go. Did we get a good deal for this one from the auction house? I'm assuming the bad auction house. It was a little while ago I bought this one. Let's have a look. Well, no, but not too bad. 5,273 is what I paid for it. And I could sell it for 1,040. No, I could sell it for 4,226. Losing out on 1,047. You knew what I meant. Don't play games with me. The engine in this one is an i6 single overhead valve, i6 overhead valve engine in there, pumping out 316 horsepower. So it's got a little bit of power to it from this cheeky little i6. No swap options for this one, so we will be sticking with the i6, but we will be jamming every single performance part we can get in there. We won't be 3-starring anything for a long while because I do not want to do another trip to the junkyard. So we'll just wait till we've piled it back up to, say, 15,000 before we start doing another 3-star build, just to be on the safe side. But anyway, this is what we are going to be working on when we come back on Monday. The Gavril Barstow? Gavril, G-A-V-R-I-L. Gavril Barstow. So join us back on Monday when I still probably will not be able to pronounce the name of this car properly. Gavril Barstow. I think I actually got it first time that time. Not sure. But anyway, what did you think of our Ram 1500 Yellow Sport? Do let me know in the comments below. It was a lot of fun. I did enjoy the build. The liveries from Zaraki looked fantastic. I will put the link to the livery on the Steam Workshop in the description below for you as well, if you want to grab that one for yourself. Don't forget, you can join and become a channel member, become a member of the VM Garage Club, where I do share all my custom configs. In fact, I think everything apart from the Salem race, the Salem car, the hazardous green one, that you can see on screen right now, the truck, the McLaren, the Dodge, the Mazda, and the Lamborghini looking thing are all available if you become a channel member on my Discord, where you'll be linked to it if you click the join button below for £2.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee. And yes, it massively supports me, and it is the main reason why I'm asking people to do it, because it does support me and it does help me out, and I want to give you guys something back. And I feel like the way I can do that is making my configs and liveries absolutely exclusive just for you guys, if you want to do that. Like these guys on screen, these are absolute legends. My first 3 channel members, been there from the beginning pretty much. So thank you very much to you guys. You're all legends, and I hope you do enjoy the configs if you've got them. I know one of you doesn't even get access to the configs because you play on console, but thank you for being a member anyway. Thank you very much. I hope you did enjoy today's video. Do let me know in the comments below. Leave a cheeky little like. Don't forget to double check you are subscribed, and maybe share this video with a friend if you think they might enjoy it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, whatever it is you're getting up to, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.